Thank you, Jason, and thank you to everyone at Launch and IBM. This has been an incredible opportunity. So I'm Dan from LegalRobot. We use AI to help people understand legal language. This can be as simple as opening up your iPad, snapping a photo of a contract, uploading it from Box, Dropbox, Google Drive, whatever. Here we're capturing an NDA. It's a pretty simple document. And with the magic of pre-recorded videos, we're going to go ahead and see a bit more of a complicated document. So here we provide a simple rating system for that contract. We break down the rights and responsibilities in that document. We identify risks, and we help you spot errors that you might not otherwise see. In this case, we have, I think, $20,000 in legal fees that you're on the hook for. You might not have seen that. We also simplify the legal language into a brief summary in plain English. And this is really useful for lay people that are working with legal language. We don't always understand all the heretofores and whereases. And so this is a much more expedient way to get in touch with legal language. So this is faster and cheaper than a lawyer. We all know that. Machines are much faster. This allows lawyers to spend their time on much more value-added tasks. Having them run around and look for capitalization errors and definitional errors, that's not a great use of their really, really expert time. This is available on any device. You can use your iPad, your iPhone, your Android, web browser, whatever. It's end-to-end encrypted and available for only $300 a month. That's way, way cheaper than you're going to pay for a lawyer. So you're going to have much more efficient interaction with your lawyer. Of course, just having your understanding there isn't enough. You also need to be able to do something with that knowledge that you've gained. Here, we actually let you create your own deep learning tools, run them in a browser, and then execute them on our platform. This allows lawyers to actually deliver useful legal advice to their customers without ever having to code something up. You can actually create this deep learning neural net in a browser and deliver it through our network. We did exactly that. A couple months ago, we created a product for DMCA Compliance. You may have heard of it, but basically, this is really useful when regulations change. In December of last year, these regulations changed, and you have to now follow a whole bunch more rules. Oh, route.
Okay, let's hear it for LegalRobot. Well done. Feedback from our judges.
Just a question. So who's your initial target market?
Large enterprises. Basically, anyone that has a big legal department and the business units are fed up with their turnaround time. This really comes from my personal experience. I was an enterprise software developer and an enterprise architect at a large company, and our turnaround time on a typical sales agreement was 3 weeks. That's a lot of time that a sales deal can die, and that was unacceptable. So I sort of engineered my way out of that problem.
So is that $300 per seat?
No, that's $300 for 25 documents per month, and it's tiered and goes up from there. We also have an on-premise version for $180,000 a year.
How long does it take to learn how to use this?
Our goal is for it to just take a few seconds. It should be fully intuitive. You should be able to understand exactly where to tap, where to click. That's why we use that ARC menu, so it's very intuitive, so you can capture a document quickly.
Why not sell it to individuals for 1 or 5 use packets?
Unit economics. It's much more efficient for us to go after the big fish, the folks that are processing lots and lots of contracts. As a small company, we can go after consumers, we can tap that market, but it's you know, if you think of the number of legal issues that you're going to have in a year as a consumer, it's maybe 2 or 3. And if we go after the enterprise, they're dealing with much more complex contracts, and the sales cycle is much more efficient.
So are the legal departments of these large corporations you're selling to going to love you or hate you?
We think they're going to love us.
Well, do you have evidence of either one yet?
What's that?
Do you have evidence of either one yet?
Yeah, we've talked to a lot of folks at big companies, medium-sized companies, and we also work with law firms. So we allow law firms to deliver their real-time legal advice to law departments instead of sending a client alert that no one is going to read. This is a lot more useful for those legal departments because they just get blasted by these client alerts and they're useless.
I found the UI really amazing, actually. I read a lot of legal contracts, like more than my fair share. And I would imagine that, just as a piece of feedback, that it could be used as a very effective communication tool between the client and the law firm or the client and the in-house lawyer, because sending markup back and forth is a pain in the butt. But if I got something good looking like that, I could definitely have a much easier time figuring out some complicated concepts.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Well done. Let's hear it for LegalRobot.